So my NES collection is pretty small. It's not anything crazy. I wouldn't say it's not everything that I want. There's still a couple of things that I'd like to pick up. But for the most part, I have a majority of what I care about. The first one is the typical triple cart with Duck Hunt, Track Meet, and the first Mario. I feel like that's a staple that you have to have in really any NES collection. We've got another classic here, the original Tetris. That's just a game I can play literally at any point forever, and I just never get tired of it. I can lose so much time playing this game as well. It's just endless fun. We've got the Ninja Turtles here. I mean, hard as nails, but a great game. We've got Tecmo Bowl, a classic. This was a game that I picked up on much later. I played it on the Switch for the first time, and I figured I should probably pick up a copy because it was surprisingly really fun. So if you like arcade sports games, pick it up if you haven't already. We've got another staple of Mario Duck Hunt. Again, another staple of anybody collecting or owning an NES. It's the same thing. We've got Excite Bike. I mean, the game hasn't aged very well. It's a little boring, I guess is the correct word for it, but it's still pretty fun and just mindless playing. I've got the standalone Duck Hunt. I mean, who doesn't love Duck Hunt? Why is Andy calling me? What do you want? We've got Dr. Mario. Why is that not focusing? It's still not focusing. Well, that's fun. But we've got Castlevania 2. Castlevania is another one of those games that I was late to the party on, and I used to love playing. Who doesn't love playing Duck Hunt? I played the Castlevania series for the first time on the Switch, and I got these in a trade with somebody for my Xbox kiosk. And then we've got the original Castlevania. So there's that. This is a game that me and my sister used to play when I had an NES when I was a kid. I love this game. It's so much fun, and if you have a kid and they like cutesy type of games, Bubble Bobble is a good one to play. You're just like little dinosaurs, and you're blowing bubbles at enemies, and then you eat them, and there's little fruit. They turn into fruits, and then you eat those, and then you go down. Yeah, you go down levels. It's a blast. We've got Blades of Steel. I actually just picked this up because it was super cheap whenever I picked it up because the store was closing. So I got it dirt cheap. I have yet to play it, but I heard good things, so we'll see. Now we've got the CIB boxed games that I have here. We've got Zelda 2, from the classic series. Very strange game if you've played Zelda. And this copy was cheaper than the other, like the non-classic series CIB, and it's a really, really clean copy, like really, really clean. So I couldn't pass picking that up. No, I haven't played Bubble Bobble with Lydia yet. And of course, I had to own this CIB Tetris. Can't not have this CIB, and I think it's only like $50. So, From Russia with Fun. We've got Super Mario 2, not my favorite Mario by any means, but I got it pretty cheap. Box is in decent shape, minus the scratches, if you can see those there somewhere. It's got some pretty deep scratches across it, but I can look past it. This one I paid up for when I bought it, but I had to have this one because it is an absolute classic. The original Mario, the black box. And on the back, I don't know if the camera will show it, it's got the hang tab that's unpunched. So that's pretty hard to find. The box is in pretty decent shape. I can't remember if it's the 5-screw variant or not, but I couldn't not. I gambled and tried to talk and work a deal with the owner of the shop when I bought this. And he just wouldn't budge. And then I went in like 2 weeks later and it was still there. And I was like, you got to take me up on the offer now, right? So he finally did. So I got it for a good price. We've got Paperboy. Paperboy is a game I also don't think aged very well. It's still fun to play. But it's just one of those games where I'm like, it's too damn hard. It's too hard. So, but I don't know if I want to keep this in the collection or not. It might be on the chopping block, but we'll see. You've already seen this loose, but we've got Excite Bike CIB. Sorry about the glare. There's literally the light that we have that is right here. Yeah, I mean, I played this a lot when I was a kid, and it's pretty cheap to get in box, so I snagged it. I couldn't pass it up. I had to have it. And you've seen this one also. Dr. Mario. Which game got hard at the end? Paperboy or Excite Bike? Yeah, Dr. Mario. That classic puzzle game. I don't like it more than Tetris, but it's still a fun. It gets crazy hard when it gets faster and you have to try and line up the colors. But another cheap one to have CIB, so I figured, why not? This one I got for an absolute steal is the original Zelda CIB. It has the map and everything. The box is in pretty great shape. There was a guy that was selling a lot on Marketplace. It was Punch-Out, Contra, um, Double Dribble, and Zelda, and he wanted, I think, 300 for it, and I talked him down. I think I got the whole lot for 200. I sold pretty much all of I think I sold all the games, and I made money, but I kept Zelda because who doesn't love the absolute, like, classic Zelda? What Zelda is supposed to be. And then we've got the creme de la creme, Mario 3. I mean, if you don't like Mario 3, get out now. Don't ever come back. Could not pass that up. Surprisingly, this game isn't expensive. I guess some variants are. You have the Left Bros and whatnot, but this one is, I think, like $60 CIB, which that's the price of a brand new game. That's less than the price of a brand new game. So you can get the new Madden, or you can get the CIB Super Mario 3. Which one are you going to choose? I mean, it's Super Mario 3. You can't. There's no competition there. But that's my NES collection. I of course have the console back there. You can see it right there. There's a couple other games that I'd like to grab. I'd like to get Castlevania 3. If I see them in CIB for a decent price, I'd grab them. But I want to keep the CIB games, like, for the absolute, like, must-have games for me. There's, like, a handful, I think, that I want to pick up for the system yet that are, like, must-haves. But other than that, I don't see myself picking up many more NES games. And if people like seeing any parts of the collection, then I'll keep showing some parts. The 360 is going to be a long part there for that, because that's the system I have the most of. Everything else is relatively small.